Today we're going to look at the most common app building mistakes that app builders and app developers make right now. We look at the top 8 mistakes and how to avoid them. This is Raw Startup. As the founder of Vivino, I've been through this journey. We made a lot of mistakes while growing the user base to 60 million users all over the world. We learned a lot about what to do and what not to do. I also brought on 2 experts for this video, Jakob and Jakob. They founded Reflectly, but also run 25 different apps with a total of more than 50 million downloads. They've seen it all and tried it all. I think we can learn a lot from them. And we made the ranked list with the biggest mistakes coming up on top. Also, get ready to hear the brutal truth here. These guys are not holding back. This is Raw Startup, no BS.
But it's also the thing that's going to kill you if you rely too much on it.
Like, this is our baby we're building, and no one likes to put their baby out there and someone comes and tell you your baby's ugly.
I mean, that's what I'm talking about. If you don't have an app yet, make sure you check out the video on how to make an app. Link in the description. With that, let's get going. Number 8, thinking you're ever done building. A software product is never done and you're never done building.
A product is never finished, right? It's always evolving, and we can't ever stop building on our products.
The thing I see very often is founders go to an agency and have them build an app for them. And when version 1 is done, they come to me and say, hey, we're now done building. My friend, this is where the work starts. You're never done building.
So every single day we're looking at how can we push the needle in a micro percentile in the right direction. And if we do that every day over time, well, we're gonna go great places, right? So in that case and that philosophy, no, you're never done building. You need to continue building and iterating on your product.
This has really been a philosophy for Vivino. Vivino is all about having the best data on wine in the world. The way to do that is not by using some silver bullet. It's about improving the product, the data, 0.1% every single day. No silver bullet. Over time, you will have the best product. And software is strange. Even if you don't change one line of code, it somehow changes. It's like a living organism. And there is some logic behind that. It's because the world around the software changes and thereby the code reaction changes. Again, like a living organism. You're never done building. Number 7, no go-to-market plan. This is about getting the product out there in front of the right users, especially early on. Even great products sometimes fail here because they never get in front of the right users.
Most apps actually fail not due to product, due to lack of distribution. So if you don't have a go-to-market plan, you're going to build the best product in the world, but if nobody knows about it, it really doesn't matter. And so you need, from the very beginning, to actually work on distribution and figure out how you're actually going to market with this product.
Once the product's out there and you have traction, this becomes less important, but you need that go-to-market plan to get the ball rolling. We made a big video on how to grow and launch an app, and it goes into the details of launching an app right now. Please make sure you check it out, link in the description. Number 6, only rely on paid marketing. Paid marketing is dangerous, it gets more and more expensive over time, and actually less and less efficient. Make sure you don't rely your entire strategy on paid marketing. Paid marketing should be seen as a tool for testing.
Paid marketing is good for testing, to learn more about your users. It's more, I would say, testing your value proposition than it is an actual growth strategy for the long term. And as long as you use it in the right way, it's the best asset you have to actually just test things fast. But it's also the thing that's going to kill you if you rely too much on it.
On top of those fundamental problems with paid marketing, it also got a lot more expensive over the past 3 years.
Especially during COVID, what happened is that everybody started to use different types of social, like Facebook ads, TikTok ads. Everybody tends to use the same. So what happens is the price just go up and go up and go up, and it goes up faster than the value of your product. And so eventually you actually get into a troubling situation.
And on top of that, you had the update on the iPhone in 2021 that made it harder to target users. Number 5, making the app a copy of a website or desktop app. Mobile apps are different than a website or a desktop app. You just have a lot less real estate in an app. You have to make some hard choices on what you want in your app. Just putting your entire website on there is not going to fly.
You do have limited real estate, but you also have limited, I would say, focus or limited attention span, because you're competing not with other apps really in your segment, but with the attention of the user. And the attention of the user is going to be drifting between a bunch of different apps. So you have to be value creating from the first second, or users aren't going to invest their time with you, right? So you have to figure out what is your critical event, what is your critical feature that you could put in front of users and make them understand how you create value. And you don't do that by having a bazillion different options that users can click or look through.
So keep it simple for the app. It's not a website. Number 4, too many platforms at the same time. Back in the day, there were many platforms, but now we have 2 big platforms, iOS and Android. But on top of that, you have website and you can have small and big screens.
We want it to be everywhere to start, right? You want iOS, you want Android, maybe you want desktop app, maybe you want to do a web app at the same time. Everything has to feed into one database. You want to share data everywhere. Ultimately, that's a very poor way to start because it means you're adding so much to your development scope instead of just getting something out there. I would always start with iOS because we find the highest ARPUs are often in iOS, meaning the value you create for users will be returned with some sort of monetary value once you start monetizing.
You have limited resources in the beginning, so you gotta focus like crazy. Too many platforms will suck up your resources and you won't have time to focus on what's important to solve an actual problem. Unless you have some special relationship with Android, iOS looks like the best platform to start on right now, but it is a matter of preference. What's important is to start on one platform. Number 3, focus on downloads instead of retention. Just to clarify, a download means someone installing the app on a phone. Retention, on the other hand, is about how many people use the app and how long they stay on there.
Downloads is always going to be a vanity metric at the end of the day. You're going to be super psyched to start with because you're going to get your first download. It's going to be super cool, right? You have someone in the world downloading your product. You've been building this product for ages probably. You've just launched it and now it's in the wild and someone's actually on there. But if you get caught up with this vanity metric of downloads instead of retention, ultimately you're going to see that if you don't have the underlying retention, well, your users are going to churn.
A simple way to do this is just looking at active users, but you can also do cohort analysis.
So you need downloads, you need to be excited about downloads, but ultimately the value creation comes from retention.
Yes, you do need both. Without downloads, there's no users to retain. The mistake that's being made is too much focus on downloads, and that just won't do the job. Number 2, not making an MVP. We're getting to the top of the list, and this one I might have preached about many times. MVP means minimum viable product, and you have to make an MVP first.
So we built this entire system without talking to a single end B2B customer, and we went out to them with a shiny product, and we had made it, the best we could possibly make it, and they didn't want it, right? So ultimately, because we've kind of missed the mark, because we didn't have the features that they needed, we didn't have the integrations that they needed, we didn't understand the market we're trying to go into, because we weren't speaking to our users. And ultimately that ended up failing, right? So we learned a ton, but that was because we simply didn't have a purebred, boiled down MVP to go out and show them and say, hey, this is what we're building long term. Right now you can use 10% of that vision. And over time, together with you, we'll figure out and we'll build together and we'll make it fit your needs.
Startup is about time. It's about time. If you can just leave your ego at the door, right? Just leave it back in the day. Nobody gives a fuck about you or your product, and it's important to understand. They don't, right? So they don't. But it can be hard in the beginning.
Yes, ego and perfectionism can really get in your way. You have to take out ego and perfectionism in the early stages of building an app.
And I think this is just first time founders. You need to get punished in the face. And eventually, after that, you don't do it again, right? Because you realize, okay, fuck, this was stupid, right? I spent 3 years of my life. And I'm now 23, and now I actually have to get going. So I think some of the things is learnings by actually just trying it.
We always say any time spent where the product isn't in front of a user is time wasted. So get it in front of a user as fast as you can. We are at number 1. Number 1, no focus, too many features. You want to solve one problem when you build an app. Just one problem. With Vivino in the early days, it was all about solving one problem. And that problem was, is this bottle of wine in front of me good or not so good? That's what we tried to solve, nothing else. And any decision you made should move the product in that direction.
No focus can be your death, right? If you just blindly push features and throw features against the wall to see what sticks, it's going to be a swing and a miss most of the time, right? You're not going to understand what your users are actually looking for because you're just trying to throw things at them and ultimately seeing what sticks. And that's not the best way of going about it. You need to speak with your users, understand their issue, understand their problem, and then solve that problem with your product. And it doesn't require 27 different features if you know exactly what features you should be building, right? And you're not going to get it right the first time. It's not like you're going to get it with the first feature. But once you have your MVP out there, you can understand what value am I actually creating.
Sometimes the reality is also that what you're doing isn't working at all. One more feature is not going to solve the problem. You should be doing something else.
Too many features is where we end up because we don't want to face the truth. So the reason why you build too many features is that it's not working. And you tend to think, if I just get one more feature, now it's working. And that's never the truth. It's never the case, but it's a great way to go to sleep, right? I'm just going to build a new feature. That's why it's not working. So tomorrow I build a new feature, and now it's working. And so it's a story you continue to tell yourself to get more calm and relaxed, but it's never the truth. That's the brutal truth in many, but that's hard to say to a 20-year-old that thinks he's the next Mark Zuckerberg, right? And like when it comes to products, you have to leave your ego at the door, right? So if it's not working, change, right? Just change. So if you just keep trying, you'll eventually hit something that's actually working. Now, it's not going to be perfect from the beginning, and that's also important. So don't quit just because you're not rich yet, right? It actually takes time. Patience is a real thing for products, but you need to know that you're actually, doing something that makes it a bit better every day. And new features rarely is the case. New features rarely is the case. Sometimes it is, right? And it's up for you out there to be talented enough to tell when that's actually the case. It is hard to build products. It needs to be hard. It needs to be hard to be successful. Otherwise, everybody would do it.
Because no one likes, this is our baby we're building. And no one likes to put their baby out there and someone comes and tell you your baby's ugly or I don't like it, right? Because that hurts. That hurts your ego. Like someone said something mean about you on the internet. No one likes that.
It is a mean world out there and building products is hard. Deal with it. When things are not working, building a new feature is almost never the solution. Basically, there are two ways this can go. Either you double down on your focus, keep improving that, make it better and better. Or else, stop what you're doing and do something else. A new feature is not gonna save you. Okay, this is the list. Please try and avoid these mistakes. And if we missed anything, put it in the comments. If you want more content just like this, please consider pressing like and subscribe, and you won't miss any future videos. Thank you very much for watching Raw Startup. Now stop watching, go build something.